Hey people, this is XIII and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIII. In the last part, oh, my phone just vibrating. I'll check it in a minute. Or after this recording, I'll check it. In the last part, we, got with Sazh and Vanille here, well, because Lightning left Hope, and now Hope is all sitting there kind of sad. And then the game took us to Sazh and Vanille, as it tends to do when... It tends to do that a lot in this chapter. It switches between the two parties a lot. Anyway, right here we have two, different groups of enemies fighting each other, and it's actually, like, this can be really good if you know how to take advantage of it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take advantage of it. What I want to do first is I want to take care of the watch drones. So, yeah, let's target a watch drone and then go to Undermine. Oh, actually, you know, we probably don't need to go to Undermine just yet. We can probably kill the watch drone. And, okay, now we have to go to Undermine, because Saboteur, like Commando, can slow down the chain gauge, and that's what we want. We want Vanille to slow down the chain gauge. However, it might not be enough. Yeah, because see, it's going down really fast. But it does slow it down. It's not as great as it would slow down with like a Commando, but it's still pretty effective in just slowing it down in general, just enough to stagger it. It works pretty well, and you'll see, especially with the Pulse Work Soldier, you could just keep attacking with Ravager like this, and you wouldn't get anywhere. It would take you like 5 minutes to see how little damage we're doing. What you need to do is go to Undermine, so that way you can debuff it, and that'll slow down the chain gauge at the top. And Vanille can debuff it with D Protect and D Shell, and then you can go back to dual casting, and now it's a lot slower. And now we can just stagger it like normal, and it goes down a lot faster actually once we stagger it. And that's how you stagger these guys. You have to be really smart and very careful, because once Vanille gets the debuffs on the enemy, she's not going to cast the debuffs anymore, because the AI doesn't do that. So you need to be really careful with your timing. You know, that's why I like to always control my Saboteurs. Like later on when we can choose who, when you can choose who you want to control, I always prefer to control my Saboteurs, so that way I can always keep casting debuffs if I have to. But yeah, they're useful. It's just in this chapter, it can be a little frustrating if you're not sure how to do it. Like, I remember my first playthrough. Oh my god.
Here we go.
But if you do know how to do it, it's really easy. You just gotta be...
Whoa.
You okay, Sazh?
I knew that would happen.
Okay, I'm sure. I'm very sure you knew that would happen. Now we continue onwards to adventure. And more saboteuring. Yeah, for the... well, you want me to leave, and then you ask me if I get tired, and then you tell me to slow down? Where are you, Vanille? Vanille? Come on, Vanille. I'm waiting for you. I'm a good person. I wait for my companion. I don't just run up ahead of them. Anyway, yeah, they're gonna have a lot of like these enemies fighting each other, and they don't see you, so you can like pretty much guaranteed get a preemptive strike on them, which is awesome. Just, yeah. Now here, it's sort of the same thing. Make sure you go after the Thexterons first, because you don't want to go after the... actually, I probably could go after... the Pulse Work Soldier and just get him out of the way. Yeah, I'm gonna actually do that. Let me change targets so that way Vanille's targeting him too. And then I'll do like, yeah, okay. And now we can just go to Undermine, and you can Undermine it, Vanille. Yep, just get D-Shell on them now. I wish you would get D-Shell on first before... Oh no, okay, she's going to the other one. Yeah, the weird thing about Saboteur is that sometimes like for the AI Saboteur, they'll switch between enemies as they're saboteuring. And that's another thing they fixed in Final Fantasy XIII too, is you can decide like if you want like your paradigms to be crossed so that they focus on one enemy alone. And I think that's so smart. That's such a great idea. Like they took a lot of like ideas that kind of worked in this game and just made it so good in the next game. And yeah, I consider like Final Fantasy XIII and Final Fantasy XIII-2 sort of like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, in the sense that the two games complete each other. Like what one game does good, the other game, well, what one game does bad, the other does good. I'll put it that way, because it's totally true. Like this game, I think has a more I like the story better a little bit in this game. I mean, FF13-2 story is pretty good, but and it's actually FF13-2 story is more epic, but this story flows better from a writing perspective. And I mean, even this story is not amazing. It's no Final Fantasy Tactics, but it's still pretty good. Anyway. Yeah, we can handle that. I think these ones can see me, and we can't get that treasure chest until we fight this. Like, if you try and get the treasure chest, it'll be like, no! So, you have to, fight these enemies first. And this is actually one of the hardest fights in this chapter, I think. Although there are harder fights in this chapter. Sadly, like, there are I mean, this is probably one of the longer fights in this chapter, I'll give it that. Because what you have to do is take care of the Flashbacks first, and take care of the Pulsework Soldier last, because it can tank all the damage. So yeah, let's go after the Flashback V here. And the nice thing is, they're never going to target you, so you can just stay in the back and just totally chill and take out the enemies. But you have to know the order that you want to take them out in. Otherwise, like, if you... I think that the Flashbacks and the Watch Drones are on the same side, and they're all against the Pulsework Soldier. So if you took out the Pulsework Soldier first, you'd have all those other enemies just focusing on you, because they've finished focusing on the enemy. And that's why you want to take care of them last, so that way you really don't have to worry about it. And I should be switching to Undermine. I don't know why I'm not doing that. I wasn't thinking, I was talking. Alright, there we go. And now we can just go back to dual casting. You just gotta be fast with it. And yeah, now the Watch Drone. Actually, you don't even have to stagger the Watch Drone. You can just cast the Ravager, the spells on them, and they go down fast enough. Yep, way to go, me. And now this last one here, and they're just totally, like, pouring, like, raining damage on the Pulsework Soldier, but, you know, it has so much HP that it doesn't matter. Oh, and see, it actually almost killed it for us, so now we can just undermine the last bit of it. Yeah, just get D-Shell on him, please, Vanille. That's what matters, because we can't attack, we can only cast spells. So D-Shell is what matters. There we go. Yeah, like, the debuffs you can see by his health. There, like, the shield and the downward arrow is D-Protect, and the hat and the downward arrow is D-Shell. Yeah, I think that's a mage's hat. It's sort of hard to tell. I just kind of know by what it looks like. And there you go. That's how you do that fight. No, it's not easy. Ooh, we got a Deceptisol. That's rare, but good. I'll take that. And now we can open this. I think it's like a fire bangle or something. A black belt. Okay. Black belts are good too. Black belt is sort of like your physical armor. I'm actually gonna stick that on Saz. Well, who has higher HP? You know, no, I want Vanille's with the Magician's Mark. So yeah, I'm gonna stick that on Saz, and that increases the resist physical plus 10. So basically, it's sort of like a mini protect. It's like you're having, it's like better armor, pretty much, because it resists physical damage plus 10%. So,
do it.
Yeah, just press the buttons and watch it go spinny, spinny, spinny heart. Yeah, spinny heart, spinny heart. Good times. This game doesn't have a spinny heart.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, I guess so. And here, I think, yeah, just more of the same. Actually, oh no, I'm not gonna cut this one too. I'm gonna show all these like 3-sided battles, just because they can be kind of challenging, and I just want to make sure you all know how to do them. What I actually like to do here is take out one of the Pulsework Soldiers. So, yeah, let's go after Pulsework Soldier A and kill it while it's staggered. So that way we can, that way we don't have two, because you know, dealing with 2 Pulsework Soldiers at the same time is not an easy thing, and there's going to be a point, I think, later in this chapter where you have to fight 3 of them at the same time, and they're all on you, and it's totally not easy. If I'm thinking of the right fight, I'm going to show it regardless. Anyway, yeah, now we can just go after the Flashbacks. So let's go to Undermine, and just cast a few debuffs. They don't even have to be successful. We just have to slow down the chain gauge, so that way we can stagger it. That's like the thing about saboteurs is, I mean, even if you don't get the debuffs on, everything a saboteur does is useful, and that's just so cool. So now, yeah, this one here, let's go to Undermine once again. And I guess that's the weakness with Lightning and Hope, is right now they don't have they don't have any saboteurs, so they can't debuff at all. But you know, at the same time, Lightning and Hope are a great team as well, just because Hope is a really excellent mage, and Lightning is well, Lightning is just a great balanced character. Like, she is good at pretty much everything. Like, at least right now. There is one job class that she'll get in a little bit that she's okay at, but not the greatest at, and we'll get to that a little later. Alright, I hope the the pulse work soldier is debuffed. Okay, good. So now we can go to undermine and just kill it. I'm doing it like these past 2 episodes are like in a new recording setting because I noticed last time that, or as I was fooling around with Pinnacle, it's like I could record in like NTSC progressive widescreen, and before I was just recording in like 4:3 and then stretching the video. But now if I record in NTSC widescreen and progressive interlacing, then that should make it, I hope, look a little better. We'll see. Anyway, we took care of this. Not too hard. And we're getting a lot of CP too. We're getting like 100 CP per battle. That's great. Hey Hope, how are you doing? You've been sitting there the whole time.
We made it.
Where's Grumpy? Got left behind, huh?
Leave me alone.
Hey.
This is pointless. Can't keep up. Can't get home. It's over for me.
It's not over. We'll get you home.
Now you tell him, Vanille.
I don't have one. Now that Mom is...
What about your dad?
Oh, it's flashback time. I like this flashback though. It's nice. It shows like I don't know. It sort of shows how Hope's kind of normal personality is, because it was before this entire thing happened with his mom.
You can feel it when they go off. Not making a wish, Hope?
Mom, you still believe in that kind of stuff? Wishing on fireworks? Really? That's for little kids.
What are you calling kid?
You? What'd you wish for?
Oh, that next year, your father could come with us.
Why? It's better like this. We don't need him. That night, they found the Foul Sea in the boat of Vestige. The next day, soldiers sealed off the town, and we couldn't get back to Palom Polum.
And then they got purged.
They forced us onto the train with everyone else. My mom, she was frantic. She wanted to get us home, so she tried to fight. She got tricked by Snow. He used her!
Let's get you home, okay? Your dad's gotta be worried.
Let him worry. Why should I care? He doesn't.
Any father cares.
Sass?
It's nothing. Forget it.
Come with me, okay?
I love how Vanille is just like trying her
This
best to
oughta
cheer Hope
do
up,
it.
and it's so great, you know. And at the same time, I can totally understand where Hope's coming from. Like,
you back home?
his mom is dead, and that's like pretty
Your dad'll
intense.
be happy to see you.
I mean, I guess like people just don't give characters who've been through that enough credit, and that's why I always kind of stick up for Hope in the beginning of the game. Like, he doesn't, you know, he doesn't stay this whiny, but at the same time, I can totally understand where he's coming from. So I put up with it because, you know, it's natural. I think they did a really good job on Hope's character through and through. It's just great. Ooh, bouncy Saz. Not really. Oh, crap. Let's run away. I want to get a preemptive strike on that. Actually, now that we have Hope in our party again, let me Crystarium eyes. Here, let me, Saz. Oh, you're maxed out on that, so we can only do Ravager. Let's just, like, spend what we have here. Alright, now Vanille. We don't have that much, but, yeah. We have enough. I want to go to Ravager. I'm just trying to, like, sort of divide up, like, stuff that we need. And I can, what do you have for Ravager? Arrow, I want arrow. Okay, the rest can wait. You're maxed out on that. And then I guess I'll spend the rest on your medic, since I haven't really worked on Hope's medic that much. So, yeah. And I don't see, like, I think I brought this up before, but I don't see how people complain about, like, the Crystarium when there's, like, level up, or, like, the ability system of the Crystarium or the sphere grid, when there's things like, you know, I love Final Fantasy IX with a passion. It's a great game. But one thing I really don't like about it is the fact that you get abilities from equipments. It's like, oh, great, like, I got this awesome new weapon, but I can't equip it because I have to finish all these, like, I have to finish, like, learning all these abilities on this much crappier weapon first. It's like, what's the point of even getting stronger weapons if you're being limited by the abilities you're trying to learn? That's just, I don't know, that's my one thing that I don't like about Final Fantasy IX, and everything else about it is amazing. Like, one day I will LP that game in the future, not anytime soon. I got other games I want to LP first, but one day I will show how great, how beautiful that game is. But that is my one bone to pick with it, is it's not, I don't know what paradigms I'm making. It doesn't really matter. Just have Smart Bomb, Try Disaster, and a healing. I should probably make, we have 2 thaumaturgies, so I'm gonna make, yeah, 1 perpetual magic. Yeah, that should be good. Actually, a full healing would be, convalescence. Okay, so, yeah, I just think, you know, like, the fact that you can learn abilities from weapons, and they pulled that in Final Fantasy Tactics A2 as well. Like, you know, I wish they had made it more natural. At least in this game, while you're still, like, manually learning abilities, it's more natural. You're just you're holding X and you're letting yourself level up just like you would gain stats in any other traditional RPG, except you're just pressing X instead of it happening automatically. Like in Final Fantasy IV, which I think had the best leveling system because it was so simple, where you learn all the spells you need as you level up. It's just so it's everything's timed very nicely, and I think they did okay with doing that in this game, where you can learn everything at the right time. There's a weapon for hope, but I'm not gonna equip it. I don't think it's anything that great. Actually, it gives him the physical wall, so I'll put it on him for now. So yeah, he can have that. But yeah, I just think, you know, there are, like, I mean, Final Fantasy IX, I mean, I like Final Fantasy VIII as well, but it has a whole junction system, which is also really good. I like the junction system, and I hate to say it, but with all of FF8's complexities, I kind of prefer it over Final Fantasy IX's simple yet annoying weapon ability system, where you have to learn abilities from weapons. That's the only thing that bugs me, because, like, especially for, like, characters like Vivi, who, like, learn a bunch of black magic, and then you have to, like, make sure you wear, like, a little bit of everything so you can get all the spells. That's just kind of ugh. But, you know, it's okay. I deal with it because Final Fantasy IX is that good of a game that it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, we're done talking about Final Fantasy IX. In the next part, we'll continue on through Chapter 4 and see if we can catch up with Lightning again, because she's the only one on her own right now. Alright, bye everybody.